Hello and welcome. I don't have a camera today, guys. I don't feel good. I'm a little under the weather. I had surgery, so I've been gaming a lot.
Mm.
Well, are you okay?
I am. I'm fine. It was really minor
Good.
surgery. Not a big deal.
Okay.
Like nothing to write home about. But it meant 2 weeks of game time, like on the couch, gaming hardcore. I have finished 3 games.
Non-guilty gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, non-guilt gaming. Yeah.
Non-guilt gaming.
That's
I
the
put in
good stuff.
8 hours into Wuchang clan today.
Damn,
Ooh,
okay.
we can actually
I'm
talk about it.
excited. Wow.
We got Lego back today.
Legos
Hey.
here. Yay.
How's it
Oh,
going,
I'm
Lego?
glad to be with y'all again. This will be fun. Yeah, I'm excited.
It'll be a ton
I'm
of
excited to
fun.
talk to y'all, see what's going on in gaming for y'all. I'm excited to talk about some Destiny, and I'm excited about that Battlefield trailer that dropped today that looks incredible.
That was a
I
new
didn't see
trailer.
this. I haven't seen it, so I'm gonna have to watch it.
Oh
mute.
man. It was, you know what it was? Let me summarize it for you. It was
Uh-huh.
basically like, you know that movie Civil War that came out a little bit ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was like that, but video game form with helicopters crashing a lot. There were like 25 helicopters that crashed in
There
that
were a
trailer.
lot of helicopter crashes.
Yeah.
You're right.
That does sound fun. That sounds good.
I still remember. When I ever think of Battlefield, I always think of that clip of the guy that's flying the jet. He jumps out, he rockets the
Yes,
other guy,
yes.
and then gets back in. And then I think they made it into a trailer too. Like they like recreated it in a trailer at some point.
That is an
But-
all-time great
Oh.
Battlefield moment.
It is. I Battlefield was my game before Destiny. That's all I played. I just played Battlefield.
Really?
I just
Which-
goofed
which
around
one?
at Battlefield. Whatever was around 2014. I don't know which one it was.
Was that 4?
Probably Battlefield 3, I think.
Was
Yeah,
it
3 or
Battlefield
4.
3? Yeah, I think it was Battlefield 3. I mean, Bad Company was the first one I played, and goddamn, I loved Battlefield Bad Company.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, Battlefield 3 was just like hanging out in helicopters, just basically doing that, fucking around helicopters, trying to snipe people, like sitting in a match, being at the bottom of the leaderboard, trying to get one snipe just for fun. And that was it.
Oh man. It was like the
Sniping in those games was
OG
fun.
like first person shooter for, well, not first, but like first multiplayer game. Cause like, what is it? Halo came out the year before, I think. The original Battlefield came out. I could be wrong. I hope my dates messed up. But I remember like playing PC Battlefield 1942, like private servers with my dad who would like set it up on his PC and then just because that's
What a
how you
hero.
found games, was just servers. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was incredible.
Yeah, those old school
Takes me
days
back.
of having to like search for
Oh.
servers and like servers, like
Yeah.
they didn't have matchmaking, right? They had server
Yep.
lists.
Yep. So wait, what else you play? Wuchang?
No. For me, it's literally just been for me. Hey, it's just been Destiny and Pokemon Pocket. Honestly, like
Pokemon
I
Pocket.
love that
Pokemon
thing.
Pocket.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
They made so much money, Pokemon Pocket. Like
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like rolling it. I was just saying, I'm just starting to come off the train of Pokemon Pocket. Like I've got every card up until now. I think I'm missing one, which I'll finish trades for when this season finishes. But I've been on the Pokemon Pocket treadmill. I think I might be getting off.
It's fair. It's fair. It was a good, easy thing to do. I've been working a lot and haven't been able to game as
It
much. And
is.
so whenever you have something
Yeah.
that you can couch game like that, that's just like, oh, it's just whatever. But actually has a little bit of, you can get a little off meta with it and have some fun, even in rank stuff. So that's been fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Bryce, so what you played 8 hours of Wuchang?
Dude, all morning. I ordered it. I pre-ordered it from Best Buy. They sent me
Wait,
like
on your Steam Deck?
No. I bought it for the PlayStation. But I
Oh.
pre-ordered it from Best Buy. I went and picked it up like at 10 o'clock in the morning, right when they woke up, and basically just got off. There was a quick lunch break in there as well. But man,
Well,
what a game!
interested to hear your thoughts, because I don't think it's doing well Steam reviews wise, but I've put about 7 hours in. I'm having a pretty good time.
I'm
Yeah,
at
I
7
think-
hours. Yeah, almost exactly.
I think the problem with Steam reviews is that the performance sucks, right?
My performance is buttery smooth.
On your 5090?
On my 5080,
Oh,
120 FPS, everything maxed. I'm having a blast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on a 2080 Ti and I'm getting between 60 and 80 FPS with it dropping down to probably closer to like 70 during combat. But it's nothing that's like, it's not cyberpunk level of performance. It's not like,
No.
and it's also not,
nothing like that.
I'm not losing fights because of it either. Like maybe a couple times I've had some hitching, but I haven't lost fights or it hasn't been like unplayable at all. I will say, and I'm interested to hear your thoughts, Watts, if it looked the same, but the first thing I noticed is like looks really blurry. And I don't
It's
know
not
what
blurry
was
for me at all.
It's
No,
not
not
blurry
for
for
me
you.
either.
Not
Okay.
at all.
No.
It's super crisp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, so that's probably maybe where some of the reviews on older cards is coming from. Like when I got in, I was like, what is going on here? And chat ended up checking some reviews. People kind of complaining like some areas. It's like this fuzziness to it. And I couldn't get rid of it.
Well, you're probably
maybe
running
older
super
cards.
sampling, right? And your 2080 Ti, does that support DLSS?
I don't know. It's not my area of expertise. I just plug it in
Yeah.
and you click. Ask people to click buttons. I click a button, buttons, and go, well.
Yeah.
And like, it actually was just worse in the starting area too. Like it was a lot less noticeable further on in
Interesting.
certain
good.
areas. But yeah, I think that's where a lot of the Steam reviews are
It is,
talking
yeah.
about
I haven't read
performance and
them, but
stuff.
I've seen people say, like people saying, "Oh, it's just it's performance stuff."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm playing on the PlayStation 5 Pro. I went and got a PlayStation 5 Pro in preparation for 2 weeks of slothhood, which I'm enjoying, frankly. And you can put it in like there's like 3 modes, like performance, balanced, and quality mode. And running in quality mode, it pretty much holds 60 FPS on the Pro, and it looks great. Like it looks really good, honestly. So
I
now
thought
that
it
I
looked
have
really good. Yeah, I'm looking at it and I'm like, "Oh, this game looks really good." Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it, like from what I've been seeing with my rig, it's definitely not the nicest looking Souls like.
Yeah.
Especially if you start putting it up against like Lies of P and stuff like that. Like
Sure.
it's not.
It
as
is
nice.
an
So,
Unreal Engine 5 game, so that might be pushing it for older PCs at this point. But it
yeah,
might
see,
also
should look,
might not be
it should look
optimized
nicer
yet.
with Unreal Engine.
Well, it
I'm gonna.
may not be optimized yet for like, they might have put all their like time and effort into getting it running great on consoles because that's where the bulk of their sales come from. And like it might take them more time to get it optimized really well for the PC.
Yeah, I'm just
Mine's
having a
been
look at
buttery,
Steam
though.
reviews. Yeah.
Buttery smooth. I don't have like any hitching either. Whereas like with Wukong, which is probably the most other like recent Unreal Engine 5 like high action game, it was running smooth, but it would hitch every now and then. I don't have any of that with Wuchang. It's just smooth the whole way. Pretty consistent frame rate too. I'm between like 110 and 120 pretty much the whole time.
But other than performance, I'm really enjoying the game. I don't know what you guys have felt like so far, but I'm enjoying kind of the atmosphere. The main character's a little weird. She doesn't like clothes that much. But other
You
than
control the outfits you pick, Briar. Okay,
I mean,
there's some very covered clothes.
sometimes a centipede really wants to kill you, and you got to put the clothes on that protect you from the rot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had to put my corruption bikini on.
Yes, I had to put my corruption bikini on
I haven't
as well.
even seen this yet.
The centipedo is not very nice, likes corruption and burn. And I am not a very good gamer. I need to be able to take a couple hits.
Right. But yeah, what have you thought about the gameplay itself?
Briar, you go first. Give us your gameplay rundown.
So far, I like it. I mean, it's real limited as far as how much time I've put into it. I've only really focused on a weapon, the long sword. Like, I just decided I'm just gonna like see what this has to offer because early on I realized that it has a like a blocking and a parry mechanic, which apparently not all of the weapons do.
No.
So I figured I'm gonna try this out. It also looks cool the way she kind of holds it behind her and kind of like drags it. I think it's really neat. And I like the move set that was early on, and as I've been getting new skills and stuff, I've been enjoying that. I got a couple of problems with the game where it's like there's like every time you see something on the ground, you got to like stop, bend over, pick it up. You can't just like run past it and like tap the X button to like just grab stuff on the way through. A lot of the menus are really slow on the PS4, where like you come up to a shrine and it's like you have to, you got to like load the shrine, and then you got to load this part of the shrine and load that part of the shrine. So a lot of that kind of stuff I find friction in, but actually like running around, I love the level design. It looks fantastic. I like the enemies. I'm having fun fighting them. They're all interesting, and I got to fight them differently. So it's not just like run at them and spam R1 until, try and kill them before. Some of them I still do that, try and kill them before they can react to anything. But I don't know. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I'm still early in, like it's hard to like give a depth and deeper view after so little time played.
I think at first I was kind of concerned with like the environmental design, but then it just like opens up. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Like it's just, I ended up going in one direction. Like I have no idea if this is the direction I should be going. I ended up just going and going and going and going. Like, maybe I'm now in the wrong area. I think I should have gone back the other way. And then I went to like some cemetery, and then I just completely forgot about that. Then I ended up back in the cemetery. I was like, oh shit, I forgot I actually went here at the beginning. And then I like turned around and came back. So at first I was like, oh, this is looking pretty linear, but then it just kind of opens up, and there's plenty of ways and areas to go to, and gets all topsy-turvy, windy. Look behind a building and stumble into like a whole new area kind of deal. So that's good. I think it's probably a little bit easier on the Souls-like. I don't think that's a bad thing though. Like I think it allows you to kind of explore without just dragging your feet through glass. You know what I mean? Like the enemy density is not huge, so if you die, I don't really feel like, yeah, you got to get back to your section, but it's not like super punishing where you've got so many enemies to get through and so difficult to get through them. It's just like, oh, this is not fun anymore. Which is the issue I've had with other Souls-like, is it's like, sometimes I feel like they go a little bit too hard on that. I just want to kind of explore. So I think it's been pretty good. Like difficulty level, I will say it's probably on the easier side from what I've played so far. I think most bosses I've done,
I agree with that, except that
deal.
sometimes they like to just like, they like to do some dick things. Like they like to hide.
Briar,
yeah.
I think, is
Yeah,
further
classic.
ahead than I think Briar's probably seen a lot more of the different
They
levels.
like to
but
hide
I've heard that
things
the
around
levels
corners
are
and have
very
like
spicy.
mimics and stuff.
Yeah.
And they have like
yeah,
a ton of mimics.
Yeah, I've fought that's happened a couple times. A couple things. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's a classic dick move by like a Souls game. It's like, just be like, I'm out of heals. I need a heals. I need a shrine station, and then some dude's like pushes a boulder onto you or something. You're like, all right, fuck you.
Totally.
But in general, it doesn't
yeah.
I think it's enjoyable, and combat's good.
Yeah, so I think combat's great. There's so much that you can do. Like the skill tree is crazy. There's a bunch of like new moves that you can get. You can spec into like magic stuff or ailments, and you can really spec into it and go crazy with it. You can also use 2 weapons at once, which is really cool. And there are paths that you can go down that make that weapon switching like really beneficial for you. So I think that's what I'm trying to do at the moment, is find 2 weapons that I want to do and switch between them, because I think that'll be fun.
You can like switch mid
but yeah,
combo
there's-
too, can't you?
Yeah, as long as you have the Skyborn Might, you can switch weapons, and it will actually do that weapon's ability when you switch. So I have an axe where the ability like launches you into the air and you land. So you can actually switch weapons. It will launch into the air and land on him. And yeah, I found that to be really fun.
That's sick.
So combat, I think, is great. Combat is good. Level design, it is very Dark Souls 1 level design, I would say, because the world is completely interconnected. like everything leads to everything else. So you
Yeah.
could go one way and end up in an area like all of us did in Dark Souls 1 and end up in a graveyard with skeletons that like one shot you and you shouldn't be there yet. So you can definitely do that and go to an area where you're maybe not supposed to be, but you can go wherever you want. And I really like that. The level design has felt really good with how it connects to different things and like, oh, here's a shortcut. Oh, this shortcut leads all the way back to like the first area that I was in. That's cool. So yeah, I think the level design has been really good. You get rewarded for exploring, like you find spells and skills and all sorts of stuff from exploring. That's been
Yeah.
really nice.
Constantly finding
Um,
stuff.
yeah, it's I think just all I don't have any notes at the moment. I think it's really good. The only note that I have is the tutorial, the very beginning tutorial
Yeah.
isn't great. Like
Yeah, I was about
they
to say,
never they
yeah,
still haven't told me how to
tutorials.
heal.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
how to heal because I like play these games and I can guess what it is. But they'll say like, oh, madness is a mechanic. Like when you're above 50% madness, this happens. But they don't actually explain like what madness is. But they'll
yeah,
tell you like
exactly.
a
I was gonna
pop
say
up for
that.
it.
I
So
still
I
haven't
You know,
found
think
a
that their
gauge.
tutorial could be like it could be introduced a little bit better of when they tell you about things. Here's the thing, here's what it does.
I
Yeah.
literally got the tutorial for how to use a spell like 7 hours in on my third boss. I'm like, brother, I've been spamming spells the whole time. What do you mean? Press triangle to use a spell. Like, I'm on my fourth
That's the
spell already.
thing.
Like,
See, this is the thing. It's because they have that like interconnected world design, but what they probably needed to do is just like have a little bit of an area that is more linear and they teach you like the very
get
basic
everything
things
out of
you
the way.
need to know and then, go crazy. But
Yeah.
besides that, no notes. Think it's great. It
Yeah,
looks great.
I would say
I'm
the
having
other
a
thing is
blast.
along the same lines of tutorial. I don't think the like upgrade unlock system is very intuitive at first, where you
Mm,
like
It's a
convert the
little
mercury
overwhelming.
to points, and then you use the points to unlock it, and then because you don't know what madness is, then you see all these like skill points like madness. You're like, I don't know what any of these words are. I think it's
Yeah.
just part of that, like the onboarding. I think like you get it eventually, but I think they're obviously gone for a different path from normal kind of Souls likes where you just level up and you put stat points in, right? So it's more like a skill tree that you unlock. But there's a couple
mm.
extra steps in there, which I think at first is like, I don't exactly know what I'm doing here.
There's
And
good
then eventually you get it.
opportunities
But I
here
think,
for somebody to make a 10 things I wish I knew before I started playing
Oh, they're
Wuchang.
already out. They
Yeah.
were out at
yeah,
like 7 p.m. yesterday.
mm, yeah,
But like, yeah, you
yeah,
guys are right. There's definitely some things that like you're trying to like scratch your head, and then what I do is I just ignore stuff I don't understand and like put
yeah,
my head
like
down
everyone.
and
Yeah.
just start.
And then you'd be like, oh, that's what that does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been abusing this spear combo. I think it's called aerial bulwark, and you can
Mm.
upgrade it to a point where it returns. See, I don't know the ability. What's it called? The sword, like the sword skills, the ability things you get when you dodge.
Oh, Skyborn Might.
Sky, yeah, sorry, fucking
Yeah.
Skyborn Might. So,
Obviously, it just rolls off the
yeah,
tongue.
uh, yeah, Skyborn Might. So you like you go into this stance and it's a move, but if you just let go of it as your enemy attacks, you get like a weapon clash or something, and it just gives you Skyborn Might. And it's
Yeah.
like the easiest thing ever. You don't have to dodge in any specific weapon. It almost 100% gets as long as they're kind of coming towards you. I've just been spamming the hell out of that and then just shooting magic. It's just like, okay, and now I'll fire magic because I've got, enough Skyborn Might to use abilities. And that, I guess we haven't really said that. The whole like combat loop is basically more of a dodging. Well, there's
It
different
is
ways
more
to get it,
dodging
but like
based. Yeah.
when you kind of start off, the way that you get mana, which is called like Skyborn Might, is by dodging, and it gives you like, an ability point essentially. And then you can use that ability point to use a weapon skill or summon a spell or something like that. So if you just blast everything, you actually don't, or unless you've specced into like some combos will actually give you that once you've like specced into them. But when you first start off, if you don't dodge, you don't get any like ability points and you can't use your magic and stuff. So it's,
I thought that was going to be
that's
a
kind of
friction
the
point for
combat
me,
loop.
Mylan, because right off the bat, like first hour in, I was like, oh, I got to just dodge everything. And coming off of Kazan, it was so satisfying, that combat loop of like parrying everything. that it was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I'm into this, but as you kind of get used to it, it kind of like you get into it. So
Well,
good.
yeah, and I think you find ways that you can generate those skyborn mites without having to dodge like I did, like with the spear. The spear has a way of doing it
Yeah.
where you just kind of enter a stance and let go, and as long as they're attacking, you're kind of gonna gain some ability points. I know the spear has some end of its combo too, so the skill tree really opens up as you spec more points into it.
And you can I think Watsy already said this, you can respec at any point, but what's handy about that is because
Yeah.
the skill tree is kind of this like grid system, you can just like take all your points back and then like explore like a whole tree of the grid, take them all back, explore another tree of the grid, take them all back, explore it, because you're all blind at the beginning, so you don't even know what you're working toward. And then once you know what you're working toward and how you like to play, and there's no penalty for doing it, like it doesn't cost you anything to do it, which
You know what else, Briar, on top of that? So in other games, like and a lot of games have started offering like free respecs, but you would have put like a bunch of materials into your axe.
True.
And then you respec
Right.
and you're using a sword, and then you have to put materials into your sword.
Yeah.
Wuchang fixes this problem because all of your improvements to how much damage you do with a weapon is on that skill grid. So if you're using an axe and you want to go to a sword, you're not going to lose literally anything. You don't have to put anything else into a weapon to level it up. You don't have to do any of that. So
it encourages
I really,
you to
really
try
like
new
that.
stuff.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch like every time I find a new weapon. I'm going to like try it out and see how it feels.
This actually happened to me where I got a new spell that was like its cost was like 5 points or whatever, and I was like, oh, I've like put all my points in a spear, and I needed to go. There's like a general stat direction you can go that gives you like, you know, more healing, more effective healing, you know, more ability points. I'm like, okay, so I just took off like a bunch of stats off my spear, and then I just went towards where the magic was that I needed for this, and then I was like, oh great, now I can like cast this like 5 magic spell. Yeah, it was cool. Very easy.
That's so cool that they let you respec like that just for nothing. Because I feel like you said, Watts, so many games don't let you do that, and it ends up, especially if it was a game that you're like half into and you spec so far into something, and you're like, well, I don't want to go through all the trouble to like do all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it almost feels like you need another playthrough to do a different weapon.
Yeah. You don't want to be
Sometimes
punished for like doing like exactly. You don't want to be punished for like making a decision the first 5 minutes. Like 7 hours later, you're like, great, I didn't even know how to play the game yet. You punished me for like choosing the sword, and now I'd really like a ranged weapon or something with a bit more stun.
That's the most Dark Soul thing ever, right? It's just like
the
first
you didn't
question
know the game
you're asked
good
is like, how do you want to play this game? Like, I don't know, man.
They're good, idiot. Yes. But I have a pretty good time with it.
First
I'm having a really good time. Yeah, I think it's quite good, and it's better than I expected it to be, honestly. So, yeah, currently no notes. We'll see what it's like next week. If I'm like, guys, did you get to this area? That's the worst thing I've ever seen, but hopefully not.
Yeah,
I mean, I had a couple
slowness of like item pickups and like interacting with like some of the menus, just kind of.
See, the menus on PC are just like instant.
Yeah, they're fine.
Even with the even on the shrines.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I got a little. There's a little load when you reset the stage.
I don't have reset the stage. Oh, when you rest.
When you dream,
yeah, maybe 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's a little bit longer for me, but yeah, it's not like commentable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing more of it. Hopefully next week we'll have more kind things to say, and hopefully they can improve PC performance for people who don't have like the latest and greatest.
I know this is the thing. It's like I can never really comment on PC performance because at a certain point, your computer is so good that it can just brute force its way past any issues to where you don't have any issues. So it's like maybe I should be at 200 FPS if it was optimized well, but because I'm at like 120, it doesn't impact me at all. So update all your things if you haven't. I was actually having some pretty bad PC issues, and then I updated my BIOS to the one that came out in May. No problems anymore. All gone.
It scares me updating BIOS. I'm the kind of person that blow my PC up.
Yep. Or just all my editing programs will shut down, and then it's like, wait.
This is the thing,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
With like, I would hate to do it on the stream PC because
Yeah.
that is so problematic. The gaming one, it's like I need to reinstall a game. Oh,
Yeah,
Ooh,
I
it's
fly
like
pretty fast and loose on the gaming
scary.
PC. On the streaming
Yeah, same.
PC, I don't update unless I have to.
I haven't touched anything.
Yeah.
I will not touch it. Nope.
No, I remember
touch
it was 2 years ago, for the GPX stream, the charity stream. I could not connect to the server because I hadn't updated OBS in like 5 years. And I had to update it with 10 minutes left to go.
Can I talk about a game called Hell Clock?
Please do.
Yes.
Have you heard of Hell Clock?
No. Sounds interesting. Sounds like my wife's alarm, the hell clock.
Yeah. It is described as Path of Exile mixed with Hades.
Oh.
So it is that top-down approach, and similar to Hades with being a roguelite, you go through and you smash through levels, and you got to keep getting better and like more permanent upgrades. It's like that, but for anyone who's kind of played like Path of Exile, which is a bit like Diablo on crack, like the whole idea is to make a build and you just like left click and everything dies on the screen. It like encapsulates that. So you have like relics you pick up that have stats that you can farm for and like dramatically change like your abilities. And then you have a skill tree you spec into, very similar to like Path of Exile. It's like branching skill tree that you put points into. You've got relics you build into, and then you've got like gear you put on too. So it has that like Diablo Path of Exile loot aspect to it, but it's also a roguelite, similar to something like Hades, but much more frantic where you're just trying to fill the screen with numbers essentially. And it's got like a called Hell Clock. There's like a timer. So they've added the like pressure of you need to get the best killing machine. You need to get through everything as quick as possible, get to the boss, wipe the boss, and then like proceed as you go.
So
Really
you have
enjoyable.
a time limit for each run?
You have a time limit. However, you can turn it off, which the developers have been pretty good about. It. Like, you know what? We think it's best experience with the time limit. That's kind of part of the game. But if you don't like it, you can just turn it off. So you can go casual mode and you can just take your time. The clock, what happens is it, like Path of Exile, like Diablo, I don't know how much you play those games, but you usually reach an area like, okay, like I'm underleveled for this. Like I'm not one-tapping enemies and they start one-tapping me, Like I'll get to a point where they're just like, I'm no longer generating enough health. I'm no longer generating enough shields. They bust through that and like I'm dead. So like I had a spin to win build essentially where I had a node unlocked that every time I spent mana, I got a shield. I got a portion of shield. And then I had something else that was giving me mana regeneration. So I could just literally hold right click and blast through the whole level, just generating shields, generating health. I had like life on kill, mana on kill, all that kind of stuff. But then eventually I'd reach like stage 3 and those enemies were doing enough damage because I didn't spec into any other abilities. Their damage was more than I was gaining and then I was dead. And that's very kind of typical of like ARPGs. It's kind of like, okay, my stats aren't good enough now. I need to like grind a little bit or like fill around with the build a bit more and go from there. But yeah, really good. Really recommend. I think it's like $40, 40 Australian dollars. So I think it might
It's
be
got
30,
a cool
30
look
US.
to it, but every time I'm skipping around a couple of videos here looking at it, and all the levels look like brown bricks. Does it ever change from that?
Yeah. The first like area is like a pretty similar like hell biome, and then you get to like a desert. I'm not too sure. I think it's 3 acts, so you probably expect to see like three biomes. I would have thought.
Okay.
I'm at just 6.5 hours, and I just got through Act 1. So
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially for the price. Yeah, seems like you got a lot of content there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think if you like Path of Exile and you like that power fantasy where you very much start off like dodging and like just shoot like slowly ticking down bosses, and then you like your build comes online and you go and that's just like the boss just instantly dies, like yes, it's working. And then I've seen like people's streams where they've just got like summon builds and the whole screen is for like 20 ghosts just running around killing stuff. So
Oh, that's fun.
they really like log into that that Path of Exile and Diablo kind of feel where when your build comes online, you just can't, you can't see anything. So if you like that stuff, it's a
Yeah,
fun
I
time.
like to get it to the point where my computer slows down because there's so much crap on the screen.
Yeah, exactly that. So yeah, I saw other people because like I wonder what other builds people are doing because I was struggling to get off this spin to win build because it's inbuilt strong, and then I just saw other streams where it was just like somehow they were generating these like swinging balls and their FPS is like slowly tanking as the screen fills up and explosions happen. I was like, okay, there are some pretty cool builds going on. Yeah.
I might pick
Hell
this up. This looks like a good Steam Deck kind of game.
Yes, yes. I mean that's what I find with like roguelites is when you hit that wall and you're like, oh, okay, now the game just kind of wants me to grind until I can get that next progression and unlock more of my like skill tree before I get to the next act. Like I did slowly start to get there at the end of like 6 hours, but I think it's perfect if you're like on the couch, and like half watching something, you could do it pretty good.
How much stuff do you unlock like from run to run?
So you get what's called relics, and it's actually a very similar system to Path of Exile, where you have a grid, and then every relic, so a 10 by 10 grid or whatever, like these squares, and every relic is at different size. So for example, if you're doing like a gun build, there's a relic that converts your gun that normally shoots 3 bullets to convert it to shoot a single big bullet. And that's like that relic looks like a gun. So you would slot that into your like playing Tetris, right? You would slot that into your relic build. And then there's another relic that over penetrates. So now you can have a single bullet that over penetrates. Then you put that in 2. So you slowly expand your grid, but every boss you basically get a relic, and every relic can have a randomly rolled stat on it. So you might get a relic for the build that you want, but it might not have like mana on kill or life on kill or crit chance on it. So then you can kind of not only grind how that relic's impacting your build, but then you want to grind like the stats on the relic too, which is very Path of Exile-y, Diablo-y. And then you get the roguelite part of it is then you also pick, so every ability you pick, you'll get a random selection of them as you go through your run. So for example, I was doing spin to win, so I was getting prioritizing like damage and like mana regeneration and that kind of stuff. So then those things are always random, but your permanent progression is like the relics is one thing, and then you also slowly upgrade your gear to give you more health and other stats as well. So the main like progression is through your relic system, and then unlocking your skill tree. So you get currencies to unlock your skill tree too, which is gives you more life, gives you other abilities, makes your relic grid more, so you can stack more relics on top of each other, that kind of stuff. It's good.
Shall we have Lego tell us about Destiny?
Oh
Lego?
yeah, we should do that.
This
I'm
week in
curious.
Destiny.
Yeah, I'm curious. Have any of y'all played or seen any of it?
I've seen a lot of it. I haven't played, no. But I have seen, I watched Bife's video on the lore. Mylan, I'd watch yours if it was there, okay? Don't yell at me. I'd watch it if your lore video was...
You have my permission to go forth and watch other lore videos.
For those not listening, he did give a blessing visually.
Yes, visual. There was a visual
blessing.
blessing. Visual and audio blessing.
Daisies.
Oh,
I watched the Bife like story breakdown to see what's going on. So I've seen like the important cutscenes and kind of know what's going on with the story. I watched the raid race.
yeah, that was fun. Actually, I thought.
Yeah, I think that's. So I know some things. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's interesting because there's so much that has changed. Like some people were like, in some ways, it feels like they repackaged Show Me the Systems. It kind of feels like a D3 almost in a way. It's not, but initially upon opening it, you're so used to one thing that you're like, wait, what is happening? Because like the main screen isn't the world screen anymore. It's this thing called the portal. Which is basically like a normal game selection screen that you would get any other game. It felt very not Destiny at first. You're like, what's going on? It still has the other stuff there, but the activities are kind of like half and half. Like there's some stuff still in the world map, and then there's some stuff that is just in the portal, in this thing called the portal, and it has like separate rewards than would be in the main thing. But rewinding a bit, like it's just jarring at first when you get into it all because it looks so different. But story wise, like yeah, excellent story from the campaign. Like pretty much hands down, everybody's like, this was a great
Yeah.
story. Like no, the controversy I think comes in, or people have different opinions about the gameplay of it
Yeah, which
because
is weird, right? Like a
yeah.
Bungie game with like or Destiny campaign where everyone's like, story amazing, gameplay.
Yeah, it is weird, but it is unique. Like they added just a lot more puzzle stuff to it, and in that ways, it felt like you're kind of playing a different game. And because
Mhm.
the way you do the puzzles are all these abilities you get on this new space Kepler that you can't use anywhere else. You can only use it on Kepler. So
Yeah.
it kind of felt like some people are saying they're like, where's the rest of the subclass? Like they felt like it was like subclass like abilities,
Mm.
but there is no subclass. It's just abilities
Mm.
for this destination. And so it kind of made it feel not Destiny, but I'll say that I enjoyed it. Like I am an easy person to please anyway, but I did I like puzzle games too, so it kind of hit two areas for me, the shooting and the puzzly stuff, and you can kind of go in and out of these abilities as you're fighting bosses. And some people commented on the legendary difficulty, like they put a new scaler basically in for PvE to where everything kind of feels a little bit harder if you're doing it on the legendary mode. And I don't know, I didn't mind it. It didn't feel like I felt like Witch Queen Legendary was like harder than
Okay.
this
Mm.
was to me.
Did you get
I was
the Metroidvania vibe from it with the puzzles and Kepler? Because that was kind of the
What they were
sell,
going.
right?
so I think that they're like that's like an ongoing thing because like I don't think it feels like that during the campaign at all. And a
Mm.
lot of people were commenting because it's very linear. Like it's not like, oh, I can just go anywhere and just do these things. Like you can't really like if you're douche
Right.
doing the story, it doesn't feel as much that way. I think the only way it feels that way is there's just you run into a lot of chests that are like, oh, I don't have the ability to unlock that chest yet. I'll just come back later and check it. But it's not
Right.
like I think what people were hoping for, and I could be wrong, but they were hoping to like see something that they're like, I have no idea how I would even do that. Whereas this, it's just like you go up to a chest and it's like, you need this ability. And then later on you get that ability and you can just open it. It's not like a puzzle to figure that part
Right.
out. I think there are puzzles in game in that environment. I haven't spent as much time there, and I don't think anybody else has either because of the other thing they implemented, which is this new power level grind, which is what everybody's doing right now is trying to get their power level up because the way that the new armor weapon system works to get the best stuff, like adept level type stuff, what used to be adept, is now tier 1 through 5, and tier 5 is like the ultimate, and like nobody has tier 5 yet because it's not tied to some activity like doing challenge mode in the raid. It's just tied to your power level, which
Huh.
I have really big problems with, honestly. It's really weird because everybody who's doing challenge mode for the raid, they all got these terrible drops, these terrible weapons that they're like, what is this? I just did all this work and this is the drop that I get. And then you've got somebody who's just grinding one activity, whatever it is that gives you the best power, and doing it over and over and over again. And there's somebody right now, I can't remember their name right now, but they're already 450 power level,
Ooh.
and that will
Dang.
get you the tier 5 stuff. But it's like if you are, especially I'm in the position where I'm much more casual in my play now, and like the thought of just like waiting so long till the end of the season till I even have a possibility maybe of getting that high level stuff, it's really off-putting for a lot of there's a ton of Reddit threads that are just like, I'm done, like I just can't.
So you're having to grind pretty hard to get to the point where you can grind for the things that you want, basically.
Yes. You can get
Yeah.
the things you want, but the way that everybody's used to playing Destiny is that, you know, like in a week, you should be able to like do the really hard stuff to get the really good stuff. Like you still have to do the really hard thing. But now if you go and do the really hard thing, like a raid and what I'm concerned about is trials coming up, like do a super hard PvP thing, you could win 9 games in a row. And I bet you, this isn't confirmed. Nobody said this, but I'm pretty sure you're just going to get, if your power level's low, you're just going to get tier 2, tier 3 trials loot. And
Probably.
yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what? Like that's just like I don't want to.
Yeah.
That immediately like kind of kills it for me because I've never
Yeah.
liked the power grind. I know some people do. I can't speak for everyone, but just me, I just like playing the game to have fun.
I wonder if they could, because they want to like extend the amount of time that you're playing to like grind for a thing and then grind for another thing. But maybe like a good middle ground would be if you do something really hard, that's kind of like a shortcut to getting some higher tier
You should
loot.
get XP,
Yeah.
you know,
I
big
would
XP
I would
dump.
assume that you would get like because people were doing contest mode and they're getting like tier one loot in there. I'm doing like the hardest freaking raid that's ever been in this game, and I'm getting like tier one. What's going on? So that would be maybe that would be a nice middle ground where it's like, yes, you do have to get to this specific level to get the higher tier stuff from like all sources or more sources. But if you go and do like the raid or trials, like these pinnacle activities, then you're getting the higher tiered stuff. But
Yeah.
I don't love the -50, -20 thing anyway. That feels really weird where you're grinding to get a level, but then the stuff that you're grinding to do is like you're capped anyway.
Yeah, I don't mind some of it, and
It's a bit
I have to
weird.
explain that a little bit because, like, some of it I totally understand. Like, they've limited like to where when you go above something, you can't for a lot of the activities. But in the portal, there are a lot of like custom. You can click on like
There is
your
a lot of
settings
custom.
for like even simple stuff like there's some pinnacle activities for exotics, like the exotic missions is what I'm trying to say. You can customize the settings for exotic missions now. So you can do it at like 10 power level and go and get like the weapon from that exotic mission or even other things that are in that loot pool. Just if you want the weapons and you don't care about tiers, and it's just so easy to like do the level. And for people who couldn't do it before, it's a way for them to jump in
Mm,
and be able to actually play those activities. So like there's some stuff about the power levels that I'm okay with. It's just the what you're saying, Watts, the actual loot grind and reward
yeah.
stuff for it. I think your ideas are great there, like some sort of middle ground, because that's what we had with adept weapons and crafting weapons.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
you could craft it and get really close. And if you really want to go get that crazy thing, you can go get the adept. Whereas now there's no middle ground. It's like you just gotta be the freaking best if you want that stuff, and you have to spend all season long grinding for it if you want it.
And
So
when the
the
new season
reward for
comes, you get reset, right?
Yes.
Something.
Yeah, that too.
What?
Yes. Oh,
Oh
that
my
hurts. I
god.
can't think about that, Watts. I can't.
so what's the incentive for doing high level content? Right? It's like, all right, I want to do a raid to get the best shit. Do I get the best stuff or not? Because it sounds like I don't.
You get the stuff, but you get one perk non-enhanced versions of the stuff. Like you don't get an adept for doing a really hard version of the raid. You have to get your
Have to
power
be at the
level
right
up.
level and then do it.
Yes, exactly, which is crazy to me. I
Mm,
get what they're aiming to do, and it does, and this is the sad part, is it does have me playing more than I might be otherwise, because I do
yeah.
want this stuff, but I have never enjoyed that mindset. That said, like the
Yeah.
stuff that is the tier 4, tier 5 is really cool. It's like you enhance not just like two perks, but it's like you enhance your barrel, you enhance your magazine.
Mm,
Like you have 6 different perks to choose from. Like it's crazy type of stuff. With your armor, tier 5 armor, you can customize and say, actually, I don't want it rolled this way. I want 5 less here and 5 more here, and you can do little min-maxing type stuff you couldn't do before. So it's cool stuff, but it's like you've left all that cool stuff only for the people who grind just nonstop
Mm.
and not for
So
the people who just want to play.
what's their design philosophy behind this? Have they spoken about this in a twid saying this is how it's going to work and this is why we're doing it? No.
They might have when they first announced it. I didn't read anything
yeah, it's
about
hard
it
to
until I
say.
played the game. Yeah. I
There's
will
there's
say
communication in like 7,000 word documents
yeah.
every week. It's so hard to know
Because
what they've said about it.
I mean, it's a weird thing because it sounds like it's trying to make it easier for casual people to get end game gear because you don't have to do end game activity, but it just sounds like it's so tuned to the point of like just grinding to grind before you do the grind. So it doesn't feel like it suits casual players or like you'd say you're a casual player. This doesn't suit you because you got to put too many hours in it. And then people that are hardcore players are just grinding more and at more of an advantage now because they have more time to grind than do raids and dungeons.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I was worried. I think they took power level out of trials, like out of all PvP stuff
I
now,
think
I
so,
believe.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's nice because I was concerned about that. But yes, as far as just generally, yeah, they're gonna have a pretty big advantage, the people who can be in there day in, day out, which is
Mm,
unfortunate, I feel like.
I wonder if it'll feel better next expansion or season when they reset because you're not going all the way to the bottom, you're going to 200. So
Yeah.
then maybe there's less of a climb. So maybe it's just this one that feels particularly punishing to get to the point where you're grinding for the tier 5 stuff that you want.
I also think a part of this is the shock of so many new things at once.
There's
Like
a lot.
it's just a lot of stuff. Like the way the weapons armor works, the power leveling, and then also the whole portal system and how you get loot is just different. Like I can't go and play the normal crew. Like I'd been playing a lot of Rumble for a bit, and then I realized I wasn't getting any rep or increasing anything good about what I needed because I had to be doing it through the portal to like actually get the good stuff basically. Like get all the new loot was just in there. There's new Crucible loot, but it's only in the portal area. And what I like about it is you can actually preview in the portal. It shows you what gear you're going to get and you can inspect the engram and it shows you the whole loot pool for like the activity you're playing. And we've never really had that before in Destiny where you go into a strike and you're like, "Oh, what could I possibly get from this?" and it shows you all the stuff. You're like, "Oh yeah, this is great. I actually know what I'm grinding for now." But yeah, it's just so much new stuff that I think people are having a hard time stacking all of it, and power level is just the most obvious thing, so it's the hot topic
Yeah.
right now.
mm.
It is weird seeing people do like 8 damage on a on a shot.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Top DPS 4,000 damage.
I can't see myself doing those. Like even if I do get my power level up to do like the grandmaster like super crazy minus 40 stuff, like I feel like I might just wait for trials to come around and
Yeah.
have my luck there, see what happens. I did want to say with all those little options and stuff with the strikes and PvP, one thing they did that's really really cool that hasn't we haven't seen it completely come to its full what it could be yet. I think we're just like getting a taste of it this week is on the PvE side, they just blanket added like a Suros buff for every Suros weapon found, like a 25% buff for any activity in the portal. And it stacks on top of any other buff you have. So any like pinnacle activity you go in to do, you just have a buff if you have Suro stuff. And so I'm assuming they could do that with like they could just be like rocket launchers, 50% buff one week and just go crazy. Like so it opens up a lot of
Mm.
fun you could have there. And then on the PvP side, they actually lock different armor or weapons now. Like they have a mode that's just for only new gear. You can't use any of your old legendary stuff. You can use an
Right.
exotic or two, but it's like all new gear only. And so we've always wanted stuff like gun game or just fun different new Crucible
Standardized
stuff.
PvP
Yeah,
modes. Yeah.
exactly. And it feels like, oh, they actually have the option to do that now. So that'll be pretty cool if we see more of those options in party mode
Mm.
type stuff come to be.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I haven't heard about PvP in a long time. I mean, I don't know what the state of PvP is like at this stage, but it's been a while since I've even heard people talk about it.
I've pretty much only been playing that new mode. When they put it live on Friday, the one with only new gear, and I've just been
Yeah.
playing that, and it's been really fun. Like, because all
Right.
everybody's new gear doesn't have good stats, so nobody's abilities are going crazy, and it's just all really
So what
basic
happens? You
gunplay.
can't queue for it if or
Yeah,
like what happens if you have the wrong gear on? Like how do you
just
get
won't let
into it?
you launch. Yeah.
Well, you launch. It just says gears too old. Put some new stuff
Yeah,
on.
and when you're in it, if you try to switch, it's all grayed out. You can't
Oh wow.
select
Right.
any of the old stuff. Yeah, it's pretty
So is
cool.
that just only current season? Is that what that mode is? Like current
I
season gear?
so it's kind of that like as far as loot, yes, it's just this season. That's all it is. But it'll be interesting to see how long that mode stays or how often they switch them out. Because so far it's been basically daily a new featured mode with different from the loot pool. Even they'll do different, like, hey, this weapon is like highlighted. You have like a double chance of getting this weapon to drop if you play this specific activity. And so sometimes it'll be on that Crucible mode I'm talking about. And so it incentivizes people to go and play these modes if they want that gun.
That seems like much more better motivation than like you have to grind a certain level to get tier 5 stuff. Like I'm not even playing the game and I feel more motivated to get new gear to take into a PvP mode than like, oh, just number go up for the sake of number going up.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's why I'm so split on the whole thing, because there's a lot of really cool stuff like that
Yeah.
that does have me like, oh, I actually want to play because this is fun. But the whole power level grind stuff, I kind of have the ick like the rest of the community on that one.
Right. Fair. What did you think about the difficulty of the raid race? And did you jump in at all?
Ooh. So I did not jump in. I wanted to jump in normal mode just because there's some loot in there that I do want. But no, I did watch most of it though, and I thought it was very, very enjoyable to watch. I do feel the one thing that I like, the damage and like level of difficulty doesn't bother me as much, but also like I've only participated in maybe half of the raid races. So I know there's other people out there that like doing it every time, but maybe don't have the ability to do it at the level that these people were playing at. So I definitely feel for them. But as somebody who likes watching it, it was super enjoyable to watch these teams and to watch the boss's health get so close and them not finish and have to go again, and just like that tension. It was like top tier raid race watching to me.
Yeah. Yeah, the final boss, like, there were multiple teams that were getting to final stand, and not only getting to final stand, but like like you said, the tiniest amount of health. So it was like just neck and neck with all these teams getting to that amount. So that was really fun. But this was the first raid that I watched that I was like, I'm glad I'm not doing that. Because normally I watch it and I'm like, oh, I wish I was doing that. It looks so fun, like the new environments and new things. But this was
Mm,
like,
true.
this was you had to have multiple perfect builds, and you had to pull off switching to those loadouts perfectly in order to get the clear. So I know some people have been, even people who actually do enjoy this type of play with the loadout switching. They're like, Bungie seemed kind of confused on whether they wanted to endorse that or push against it, because they would like, they nerfed certain exotics. I think Sanguine Alchemy was one of them. They nerfed an exotic specifically because of like loadout switching, and then they made a raid where it's not just that you loadout switch and it makes you more optimal so you can do it faster, but it's like required. So yeah, we'll see where
Yeah,
they
I
end
mean,
up landing on that.
all the raid races I watched were just like loadout switch, add clear, then loadout switch to finish to produce ammo, and then loadout switch to do DPS. And,
Mhm.
I do think that is obviously a skill to do. Like, it's because you need
Definitely.
3 different builds or like, it's tough. But then I also saw like console players saying like, I can't bring
Yeah.
up my loadout. These guys are like switching loadouts like mid finisher, or like just as they're going into finisher, then as they finish the finisher, they're switching back out. So, there's definitely some advantages for what platform you're on if you're gonna have heavy loadout switches.
Sure ain't
Uh,
PS4. That's for still on PS4. Can you imagine? I don't have a chance anymore.
Well, with
PS4
that,
players,
with the
Xbox.
difficulty, what did y'all think about them doing the normal mode available as soon as like the challenge mode was beaten? You could go in normal mode like right away, because at first people were kind of like, "Oh, I can't believe they're doing that because it's gonna mess up the race," and then everybody saw how hard the race was, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, please normal mode, come now."
I personally think it's a pretty good idea. Again, but this is someone who, I'm not doing any of these things. Like, I understand that you have one time a year where it's like, just can you give us 2 days of this being a thing? So I totally get it. But on the flip side, it's like it comes out at the weekend now. So this would be the only time that a lot of people do get to do the raid unless they wait for another weekend to go into the raid with their friends. So having it be available as soon as it is cleared the first time, I feel like it does make sense. It's what a thing a lot of people have asked for a long time is like I just don't want to and before it was like contest was only 24 hours. And like they're like, okay, a day, you do your day and then I have the next weekend day to like work on getting my clear. But I think having it be 2 days also kind of makes that a little tricky.
Yeah.
What's the argument against it? Like, why people don't like it normal releasing as soon as the contest is finished, right? As soon as I confirmed the winner, normal got released. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
think
what's the argument against that?
people were afraid that it would give too much insight into how the raid works so that those who were going for 5th or 6th like would take that information and figure out how to do it faster, or that someone, or even worse, I think to the people competing, is if it's that hard and like you've got someone who's like 5 teams finish challenge mode and then normal mode releases and somebody goes in and finishes it like technically 6th or 7th before challenge mode 7th player like finishes it. I think the people going for worlds first just had a problem with that, which I kind of understand.
Yeah, I'm just reading chat as well. So it's kind of like, I guess there is a difference between completing a raid from start to finish completely in contest mode and being able to practice in normal and then go back, I guess is what is kind
Yeah.
of being said. But the contest is also over. So then you really just you're just going for contest mode had like an emblem, did it, or whatever, something unique that you got from doing it in the first
They do
48
it now,
hours.
yeah, like every contest now is you get the exotic and you get the emblem if you complete it on contest in that 48-hour period.
Which, why can't that be a part of the thing? If you're having a really hard time in challenge mode and you want to go do it in normal mode and like figure out how to do it and then go back to challenge mode within that time span and do it, I feel like that'd still be worth an emblem to me.
Right, I agree because like if we're saying that most raids are now going to be like this, you're really good but like not, the top like 0.1% teams are still taking like 17 hours of being
Yeah.
awake nonstop in the raid to get the clear. So if they were spending 17 hours to get the clear and then some of them wanted to spend like a little bit of time in normal to get things down. I don't think, if anything, it would probably make them take even longer because, especially in the case of this raid, and other raids are probably going to be different, but in this raid, people knew what they had to do.
Yeah, it was an
They knew what
execution
they
of
had
it.
to do. It was executing it. It's in the case of like I don't know, some other raid where it's the mechanics that you have to really lock down, then it might be different. But in this one, it was about knowing what you had to do and you had to just execute it flawlessly, which practicing in normal isn't going to help you because you have to do pretty different things in contest, right? Like
Yeah.
you have to be doing the loadout swap. You can't test your damage in normal. That's not going to help you. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with that too. It's like to be honest, I was watching like Astacross had clips of other people like they were looking at other streams and stuff. Anyway, I got to the
every
point where it's
team
like
has a scout. Yeah.
it's
Every
like this
team
shit's
has a
so
scout.
hard. Like I need so I don't know if it's a really a mechanic thing. Maybe you could say if you did normal, you could get some more team coordination. But I kind of agree with Watts. Like it's just a different beast. Like you might need to be doing different stuff to survive areas. Like that was where people were getting caught when I was watching. It was like we're just getting slapped here. Like this is the wrong spot to be standing, or this is, and you can't really practice that in normal because you're not going to be dying as quickly. So yeah, I don't know. I don't see a huge issue with the normal unlocking
Brask
once
says
it's completed.
the best argument I heard was that it focuses everyone on contest for 2 days. Um I can get like the community spirit around it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Of like,
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
everyone is in contest and everyone's fighting the same kind of beast
True.
for 2
True.
days.
But
I
then you
can
got people
understand.
like me who, if if contest mode doesn't swap to normal, like after the first clear, I'm just like gonna be in PvP until And I feel like a lot of people probably
Right.
feel that way, that they're just not going to
Yeah.
touch it because they know I'm not going to be able to compete at that level, or at least I don't have the time to compete 16 hours at that level
Yeah.
within the. So I'm just going to wait, and then I'll figure it out because it is fun to go in blind and to wait
Yeah.
an extra, 48 hours to actually make your attempt
That's
at it
true.
if you know you're not top tier. It kind of, it's just not that I'm saying it's terrible to wait. It's okay to wait. If that's what they want to do, it's fine. But it's kind of a nicety for normal to come out.
I'll be
Uh
honest, I really feel like normal coming out after the first team beats it is totally fine.
yeah.
Yeah, because I think people are just going to avoid it. If people are interested in the race, they're probably still going to be watching. They're going to be watching their favorite teams try and complete it still, whether they're doing the raid or not. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's fine personally, but I have no horse in this race. So
Yeah.
I don't know. They're talking about it a lot in chat, so I feel like I got to bring it up. But Milo's clear, who like he's been playing Destiny for not that long, relatively new player Milo, and his team was the very last team, I believe, to clear challenge mode before it turned off, and they cleared it like right at the last minute, and just the willpower of someone to do that was incredible. So yeah, there's a little shout out there.
yeah.
One
Cool.
one thing that I hadn't mentioned that has changed drastically in Destiny 2 was not just like armor and weapons and how it all works, but like the stat system in Destiny, like intellect, discipline, like
Oh
those
Yeah,
are
yeah,
they
it's so
changed that.
gone.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, it's pretty cool. Like to have everything up to like they kind of bugged out. It was supposed to be up to 70 would be what 100 was now, but now it's like up to 85, I think. And once you go past that, it goes a little bit further in whatever stat you were trying to get.
Mm.
And if you go past 100, you can go to like 200 and it adds some extra bonus ability basically to you. So like for weapons, there's a weapon stat. And if you get to between 0 and 100, it's giving you a buff to handling and reload. And once you go past 100, you up to 200, you can get up to a 6% weapon buff in PvP. And in PvE, I think it's like probably like 15%. I'm not sure what the buff is, but it gives you like extra bonuses on top of that. Or like for your class ability, you can get up to 100 for like your normal stuff, and then you can get up to like 200 to have an overshield whenever you use your class ability. So it's got all these like bonus stuff, and it's not like it was before where when you spec into stuff, you can be like, oh, I can go max out this stat and max out that stat. It's like really hard to max out a stat, even with the old awesome gear that you have. It's pretty tough to and so you have to really make those choices of like, is it really important that I do that extra damage, or is it really important that my health regen's faster and I spec into health, or that my grenade actually hits harder and so I spec into like 150% grenade because I have a real grenade heavy build and it does extra damage if you get past 100. So it feels like there's a lot more build crafting
Yeah, that
going
sounds
on
cool.
now.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is
That
good.
sounds great. I've always felt like the stats needed a big overhaul for quite a while.
Definitely. Yeah.
Are they still? I know this is like old news. Are they still tied to your class? There's like it's just a class stat now, isn't there?
Yeah, just class stat. Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
nice.
So you don't have to be. Yeah, you don't have to like resilience for titans and mobility for
Yeah.
hunters and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I mean that
Yeah,
was
that's
always a
nice.
huge issue with the stats.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep.
yeah, that sounds great. Cool.
Honestly,
Yeah.
So
like
I mean, it
everything
really
that I've
just sounds
seen
like the
from
grind is. I mean, people aren't
yeah.
like super excited with the like mechanics of Kepler, but whatever. It sounds like
Yeah.
just like the grind part is what people maybe had the most issue with.
And I've heard exactly what Lego said earlier, where people were like, yeah, you can say what you want about the grind, but I am playing more than I have in years.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I have something that I'm working towards, even if I'm like, oh, I'm in Encore for my 9th hour in a row. But I'm like excited to reach that thing to then
Yeah.
start grinding for the
Destiny
stuff that I
players like the
want. So,
punishment, and Bungie will see the stats and be like, "Yep, it's working."
Oh, no, I'm a part of the problem. I'm so sorry. I really hope they find a middle ground though, Watts. I like
I
what you
think
said.
the
Like
middle
maybe
ground,
there's
yeah.
there's something in the middle because I do think it is nice to have that power level means something. I think they need to fix the delta damage issue, like of feeling powerful when you go into some of these activities after you do grind up. I think that would be one thing that would help. And then the other thing would be like, okay, give us some surefire ways, no matter what our power level is, to get some of that tier 5 stuff. Because like if you do something crazy difficult, you should get rewarded for that.
I think
Like,
so. Yeah,
yeah.
I think so. No matter what level you are, if anything, like being lower level should get you more. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that could definitely be a middle ground. And maybe it'll feel better next expansion too.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they swap things around, because even the whole portal thing being what you see when you logged in, they said in this recent, I don't know if it was in this TWAB or if it was something Dylan responded to online, but he was like, yeah, that was a choice we made like right before launch, given feedback we got that people weren't using the portal enough. So we made it the main thing when you log in and not the world tab anymore. And they're like, yeah, we're going to go back. We pushed it too hard. So the world tab is get what you're going to see. And then you choose to go to the portal. But I get it. Like, Destiny players they've got stuff ingrained in their mind. Like, this is the way it should be. And so it's to shove something in our face like that. It did get us used to it really fast, and I think that we'll start using it a lot more, even though it didn't have that Destiny feel at first. I think there's a lot of good to be had there still.
Mhm.
Yeah, it
But
honestly
yeah,
sounds like this is a pretty good, pretty solid foundation that they've done. So I hope that it ends up being built upon and people really end up enjoying it.
yeah, agreed. Yeah, it's a good foundation. It's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's always hard when they put out expansions and content that have a big foundational part because people don't really consider that content, and I guess it's not, but it's like kind of necessary to build more stuff upon it. So, you
Yeah.
know, a lot of people that I know, this is I mean, it's actually my first expansion I haven't bought as well, because I would have got everything else included in previous expansions. So, you know, it'd be interesting to see what they can then put out in future content and expansions now that they've kind of sorted out over the foundation for a bit, and they can put more time and effort into like content side of stuff and see how it feels then.
Yeah, especially with Lore Foundation having happened too. Like a lot of the way I haven't dug into a buy video yet, so you know, haven't fully developed my thoughts yet.
Good
But
man, good man.
but the way that the story is established, it feels like it could go a lot of different places, and so I'm excited to see kind of how the universe evolves from here. Whenever it's so funny. I was so out of the Destiny loop for a while that I didn't even realize like Edge of Fate was what was the code name for it before? Like Frontiers, you know? Like I was like,
Mm.
wait, what happened to Frontiers? Like I didn't understand. I was like, oh, this is that. Like I had something totally different in my mind that
Yeah, I
this was
was not
supposed
aware
to
of that
be.
until you said it then.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's what we're in now. And it is like just a I don't know why. I guess I like pictured something slightly different for that. And maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe that isn't what this is. But it I felt like for this next expansion it was gonna feel different than it does now. But it really was a foundational thing that I'm looking forward to see what happens next.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool. Very
Woohoo.
nice.
Very nice.
So I played the Resident
Mm.
Evil 4 remake. Speaking
Oh.
of 2 years old games.
Oh.
Resident
You,
Evil 4 remake.
you
Yeah.
just reminded me of something else new coming out, but I'll tag it after you're done, Briar.
Oh, yes, please do.
So have you guys played the original Resident Evil 4?
Yes.
No.
So it's a classic game. People put it up there as one of the best games of all time, right? It was revolutionary for I think a lot of different reasons. Storytelling, uh, you know, the totally changed up the gameplay of the Resident Evil series. It was just such a fun game. So to remake this one, there was a lot riding on it, and it's a pretty fun game. they did a great job with the remake. It's it's a couple years old now. I picked it up for $20 off of the physical copy. I think it's even cheaper. It might be $9 or $10 to get it digitally. Boy, it graphically just looks phenomenal. I played it on the PlayStation 4 Pro or 5 Pro, and they updated it for the 5 Pro. They updated all of the Resident Evil games that are available on PlayStation 5 for
That's
the
awesome.
Pro to give them like, you know, like the quality mode that used to be 30 FPS on the PlayStation 5 now runs at 60 or even like 80 or 90 if you turn off the FPS lock. The game looks great. It feels great. It definitely, it's amazing how modern it feels. I did go back and play the original Resident Evil 4 just to like get a feel for how that game played. And man, it feels like an antique. It feels like an old clunker now.
Wow.
Sadly, I don't think they did that great a job with some of the story elements. Like some of the bad guys were just so iconic in the original, and their role has really been cut down. Specifically, my guy, I think his name is, dang it, is it Salazar? He's this little midget-looking guy, and he just talks incessantly in the original, like on the radio. He's just making fun. There's this constant like back and forth between the main character Leon and this dude, like constantly throughout the game, and it's just kind of gone in this one. And this guy just he doesn't quite have the same kind of character. He doesn't have the same look. He almost looks like a grandmother now, as opposed to kind of this neat Napoleon kind of like guy. Yeah, the French royalty outfit guy. That's exactly who it is. But other than that, like one thing, the gameplay is really good. It's really fun. It's really well paced. It takes like 20, 25 hours. I think it's less than 20 hours actually. I think it was less than 20 hours to go through the whole game. I played the DLC as well. I think it's called Separate Paths. That just has to do with Ada Wong, and that's about 5 hours long. I would skip that. I don't see any reason to play that. It really feels like you're just rehashing areas from the main game. There's no real reason to do it. But it's pretty fun. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Got a new Resident Evil coming out next year.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm gonna go through, I think, all of the Resident Evils that are on the PS5. They're all
Is the
dirt cheap
new-
right now.
Is the new one going to be like follow the line of first person stuff, or are they going back to their
It's
old
both.
one?
both.
Yeah, so you can play in third
Oh.
or first.
Yep.
But I think
Okay.
it's gonna be
Choose.
more scary. Like I think they're leaning into the horror.
It looked
stuff.
very scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so
It-
excited.
Yep.
That's not why I.
Are you
come to
excited for
Resident Evil.
Silent Hill F Lego? Silent Hill
Wait,
F
what?
looks so good. Silent
So
Hill F's
behind.
coming out end of September. It looks incredible. I'm so excited
Okay.
for that game.
So, because they did one before this, it was like a little prequel to this, or was it just a trailer for Silent Hill?
Yeah,
F?
they
That-
had like a short demo or something that was like
Yeah.
setting up the world of the game or something like that.
So that demo kind of put me off to this game because it was
Really?
so I don't know, it was so run through this as fast as you can. Oops, went the wrong way, you're dead. And instead of like the atmosphere slow build stuff that I like
Silent Hill
Silent Hill
F is
for.
very not that from what we've seen. So we'll see. I don't know what
Like-
that was about then.
Oh, okay, very not what that other thing was.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Good. Okay, I'm
They
back
have
on.
gameplay and
I'm in.
everything now. It looks really good.
Nice.
good.
I have multiple things to check out then. Okay. I like the idea of the first person, third person, like the dual
Yeah.
Yeah.
or how you want to play Resident Evil. That's awesome. Because for me, I didn't play the old ones like you, Briar, and I had played Silent Hill, but I never played the other one, the Resident Evil ones, until they came out with the first, not Village, but the one before it, 7, I think
Yeah.
it was. And that got me hooked. I was like, I'm in. And so to
Yeah.
have both and appeal to both crowds, that's pretty smart.
7 was as scary as I could handle. That was like that was my peak. That was as high as I could go. If they get
I
scarier
don't
than
know.
that, I might be out.
The baby hallway scene on
In
8
in
on
Village,
Village,
yeah.
that's as far as I can go. I can't go past that. Except what I was gonna bring up, new Hellraiser game was announced 2 days ago.
I saw the
The new
trailer for
Hellraiser
that.
game. I saw the trailer on stream.
Is that going to be
And
like one of those
you got
multiplayer games like
Flash
Friday
banged,
the 15th?
flashed and banged. There was flashing and banging right immediately. I wasn't prepared for that.
Is that going to be a
There's kind of
multiplayer game like the?
No, it's
Friday
single
the-
player.
No.
It is okay.
It's single
Yeah,
player.
because they got caught up. Everybody thought they were going to do that Dead by Daylight,
Yeah.
addition to that game, and then they were like, "No, we're doing our own game," and it's like all out, looks very, very creepy, very graphic, as Watts alluded to, in more
Yeah.
ways than one, apparently.
Yeah.
And yeah, such sights to show us, apparently.
I watched it on stream too. I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, what?"
It was so fast. There was no lead up. It was just
Oh,
right
well,
there.
It's see you guys later. I'm banned. And I was like, I'm not familiar with Hellraiser. And then I started looking up, like, everyone's like, how have you not seen this movie? And I was like, okay, like this, you've just unlocked a core, like, horror memory from my childhood. Like, I remember this being on the, like, going to the video shop and this being like a cover of the
Yes.
movie
Yeah,
and be like,
iconic. Pinhead is
that
iconic, right?
fucking scares the shit out of me. Like, I never had any intention of ever watching this, but I have a memory of like the cover of the like videotape and being like, oh my god.
There's
Actually, I think
several
even-
of them, right?
Yeah.
Lego, isn't there?
Yeah.
like-
So I've never watched it.
I've watched like 3 or 4 of them, and it's pretty classic. Like it's pretty out there, but it's like Silent Hill in that it has its own like you can get real deep into lore,
Style.
like down some YouTube rabbit hole and
Yeah.
really find out what it's all about. But it's very interesting, and to make a game off of something that's so lore rich, and then on top of that, just be really creepy. I'm just very excited to see what they can do with a video game format.
Interesting. Are the movies worth watching now?
Yes, if you like horror movies. Like I think it's like almost a must watch, I think, if you like horror movies. It is a certain brand of it though, and I'm trying to think of who to compare it to. Like the closest thing I can think is if you like Cronenberg type movies, like body horror stuff, it kind of feels like that mixed with some kind of like A24 thing, because it has some underlying thing it's trying to tell you about like people who are like pleasure seekers and like how far will they go type thing, and how it bleeds into like violence or pain basically. And yeah, it's weird, but like the first time I tried watching one, I shut it off. I was like, I don't know, this is kind of weird, and then I gave it like a full shot and I was like, oh no, it's pretty good.
Maybe I'll get my wife to test screen it for me, see if it's appropriate for my age group.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Anybody check out the new
Oh.
Donkey Kong game?
No.
I've been in two
I
minds because I've been
don't
seeing lots
want
of
to.
really good reviews about it, and
know.
I was like, I'm still bitter about Mario Kart. So I said, nah, fuck you, Nintendo. I didn't get it.
The
I
reviews
watched
are
Tomo
like,
play it and I was like, no, I don't want to. I know
Watts,
it's very
I'm
good. It's
with
got
you.
great reviews. I just yeah.
I'm with
Yeah.
you, Watts. It's got great reviews. I bought it. I played it. I cannot get past the second level. Like, I just get bored. Like, I'm going to go shoot some zombies in Resident Evil or something. I'm going to go play with the Wuchang clan. This is not my kind of game, I think. Like, like the first 30 seconds are so much fun because it's like you got 3 buttons that just smash things in different directions. But then it's like, okay, I've smashed things. Now what do I got to do? I got to collect shit. I got to run around these levels and collect shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean I know it's not really my kind of game. So I wasn't really planning on playing it. And then it was getting super good reviews. And I was like, maybe I should. But then I watched Tomo play it and I was like, nah, I'm definitely just not gonna have a good time. So I'm not going to. I'll play it a little bit and go, oh, okay, I want to play something else.
Yeah.
I didn't bother.
Yeah. Maybe I'll come back to it. I don't know. I got a lot of good gaming on the plate right now that.
Yeah. Yeah, the end of this month is crazy. Like Monster Hunter just had yesterday, no, not yesterday, the day before, has their Flame Fate festival. So it's the new summer festival. It brought Arc Tempered Uthduna, which brings new armor. It's got a bunch of events with new armor. It's got a corn popper gun lance, which is the gun lance is a corn, and your shield is like a summer straw hat. Great.
That's awesome.
They gave you a water gun, so you can have full on like water gun fights with your friends. You can also kill monsters with the water guns if you want. It's been just a really good time. I've had a blast.
Great.
Killing Floor came out today as well. Killing Floor 3.
Killing Floor came out. That's right. I
Oh,
didn't
that's
even.
right.
I totally forgot it was coming out.
Yeah, I remembered, then forgot. And then remembered when I saw it on stream today. It kind of looks cool. I don't know. I've never played Killing Floor before, but it's like horde mode zombie stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested in checking it out.
I've never played.
Next week is also Grounded 2, which I think is going to be really, really good. I'm going to
Yeah.
give that a shot.
Is Ninja Gaiden coming out next week as well?
Ninja Gaiden is, I want to say the
Oh my
30th.
god, that is soon. Oh no.
That's 6
Uh-oh.
days from
Yeah,
today.
I want to say the 30th, I think.
Uh-oh.
That'll be fun.
Oh.
Better get grinding on Wuchang.
Uh-oh.
Better
Yeah,
complete Wuchang.
it's... Well, and then on the 31st, they're bringing in the Everdark versions, new Everdark bosses in Night Rain. So I'm really excited about that. Really excited.
You are a fiend for Night Rain.
It's so
Yeah.
good. It's so good, and like Libra, like it's like the crazy bosses that are left. It's like the final boss, Libra. I can't remember the other one. That doesn't have it. They're Everdark yet. But yeah, they're always fun. They always bring in like there's normally a relic that you're like, oh, are they bringing new relics that can really switch up how you play? It's a good time.
Not bad.
Lots of fun
Nice.
things. Did we talk about title update 2 for Monster Hunter?
I don't know.
Lagiacrus and Seregios?
Well,
Because I was
don't know
gone for like
which,
3 weeks, right? Because
I want to say we've had discussions with title updates, but I don't know which title update we've talked about.
yeah, I'll just do a quick rundown because the big thing with Monster Hunter Wilds for me was that you got everything too easy. Too easy to get decorations, too easy to get materials for weapons and armor, too easy to make builds, and then you end up not having anything you want to work towards. But with Title Update 2, they brought in Lagiacrus and Seregios. Both of them have really low percentages on their super rare material. So I finally felt like my Monster Hunter was back. It felt like I was back home because it took me like all day to get the materials that I needed to make the armor and the weapons. So I was like, and the monsters are really fast, really aggressive, hit really hard. Yeah, spicy monsters. And they're both really fun. And the armor's really good. And the weapons are really good.
Isn't it interesting, like the different mindsets between like Monster Hunter and Destiny? It's like, yes, you made the grind hard again. Versus like
You
too
know,
much grind.
I think that I know I've said this a couple times, but I think there was this big flip for a lot of games where they were like, we must enable everyone to be able to get everything like fairly easily. We must respect players' time and they must be able to do it all no matter who they are. And then I think a lot of games have realized recently that having people work towards something and have something to keep going
Need a
towards
goal.
and
Yeah.
having a goal and that goal taking a little bit is really important to like their
Yeah.
game, fundamentally of what their game is. So we are seeing a bit of a flip and yeah, I understand that if you only have an hour to play in the evening, you want to work towards a thing and you want to get it, but at the same time, it's also okay to not get everything right away. Like
Yeah.
if I don't do an activity, I don't expect to get everything. If I can't put in 6 hours in one day to make a weapon, then maybe it's going to take me 2 or 3 days to get the weapon instead of one, and I think that's
With-
fine.
In Monster Hunter, with this stuff that you're going after that takes longer to get or is a grind, will any of those things expire? Or
Yeah, I was
can
gonna
you
say
just
that's the difference.
progress toward them? Because that
No.
okay, that's the difference right there. Because
That's the
that's what
difference,
everybody's
yeah.
so anxious about with the
It
new
is the
Destiny
difference.
stuff. Is like that season, there's only 50 days. And like if you don't get it, your stuff resets 200.
Yeah, that's
not
the
doing
live
it.
service like wheel, right? Where it's like there's
Yeah.
always there's FOMO and you are potentially going to miss out on stuff. Whereas that's why I'm like with Monster Hunter, all of this stuff is going to be around forever. There's really no reason that you need to have it today when you can have it in maybe even 2 weeks. And then when you do get it, you're gonna feel accomplished that you have this thing, and then you get to work on making this build. And you know, I think it's important.
Yeah, that's cool.
Got to
That
keep that stuff around.
that reminds me, I completely forgot to talk about TennoCon. Warframe.
TennoCon, yeah.
Yeah, I got sponsored by Digital Extremes to watch TennoCon. So pretty easy because I like Warframe and I've made a lot of content on Warframe.
That's awesome.
So actually, the easiest sponsorship I've done in 10 years. That was nice. Big bog. Watch TennoCon, man. It's the relationship Digital Extremes has with their community. It must be the jealousy of the gaming industry because they are a live service game and they have an extraordinary good relationship with their community. They put on a concert, like the CEO comes out and starts playing guitar to open the concert.
Oh my
The
gosh.
creative director is like slapping the bass during the concert. There's like devs mixed in with like professional musicians just putting on a concert. There was 120,000 watching on Twitch for the concert, I think. And then
Yeah.
during the main event announcements, there was 300,000 people on Twitch concurrent. That's just Twitch.
And that's just the main channel, right? That's not even counting all of the other channels streaming it.
Yeah, so I was streaming it and people were getting
Yeah.
drops in my stream as well, as if they were in the main, you know, like if Bungie put on something and you had to be in Bungie stream to get an emblem. There were a bunch of other streamers that, I don't know if it was everyone or if it was just like an approved list, but yeah, you could watch it in other streams as well. They had Soulframe announcements, which I got to get back in and try because I think Soulframe is actually going to be more of my jam than Warframe. And I've been liking what I've been seeing from Warframe. They had narrative panels, which were like crazy interesting with like the development cycle, and they showed off some behind the scenes of their. It's called the Kim system, which is the dating sim they put into the 1999 Warframe. So then it's called 1999 because it's set in the 90s, and it's like MSN Messenger, and you like chat with the other main characters, but it's also like a romance thing too. But it just delivers like crazy background story. It'd be like chatting to Zavala and Ikora and like getting all the history of their like pre-Guardian lives or Guardian lives or, you know, all that kind of stuff delivered through MSN Messenger. Worked out really well. But one of the takeaways I think is like the narrative team is like, just thank you, you know, so appreciative and say thank you for like accepting this crazy idea. And they always do different crazy stuff, DE, and just kind of lands. But it's this cycle of just super effort into whatever risk they take. Like if they do something like the Kim system, like they put it up online, it's like, oh, this is 16,000 strings of text with multiple outcomes with all the lore and like of the last decade of stuff put in there. And it's like, yeah, like it was received well by your audience, but it's also like they just go full send on something. Like they might not do everything, but the stuff that they do is just like insanely good and insanely polished. And the reason why I thought about this is because of the fear of missing out. Like you don't miss out on stuff in Warframe. You just come back to it and you just do it if you want to do it. If you don't do it, if you want to do it. And there is a super grind with Warframe, but it just doesn't go away. So you just come back to it when you want, and then you do it if you want to do it. And if you don't, then you just move on. Like I'm kind of in the phase of just, I'm going to jump in and check out their new content at the end of the year, which is one of their big announcements. They it looks like they've improved a lot on the bosses, and they've kind of made this statement a couple of times where the development of their other game, Soulframe, impacts Warframe, and I think we're kind of seeing that in like boss design and boss mechanics, because Warframe can be really hit and miss with bosses. Like the old bosses, just some of them fucking suck. They really do. They're not fun at all. And then some of them are really cool and they got cool mechanics and cool movement mechanics and like, but the bosses they showcased in this new upcoming update looked really good. And I feel like you're starting to see, you know, mechanics. You got to jump and avoid stuff, and they got different phases and that kind of thing. So that looked really fun. What else did they add in? Oh, they're adding a mod quest, which was my like number one like request when I first played Warframe. Is like somehow they've made like mods integral for like a decade. Like there'll be shit that I need to chase that is from 2015, and it's still like an important part of your builds. And I'm like, I don't know how to get this. Like, I can't find the information about how to actually get hold of this mod without just going out and buying it on the Warframe market. So they're going to add a mod quest, and they actually hired another company to do that for like third perspective, pretty much, to like help the new player onboarding experience and teach them how to mod, which is a huge part of the game, obviously. So I'm interested to see if that fills in some of the blanks for modding in Warframe, because that was like still my major barrier, really. Yeah, but overall, a two-day event, 10 huge reception, great audience, great community.
Yeah, it's great to see. It
was
was
such a fun
really
time.
wonderful. Like
Yeah.
the concert especially, right? It's like you have
Yeah.
all these people who work at the company and it's through all levels of the company and coming together and the community cheering for them and jamming out with them. It was great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, they have. I think you could write a study on the relationship between DE and their audience, and there's so many. I mean, I love like analyzing human behavior, and I think it's just fascinating to look at that
Yeah, it
relationship
is.
and how they achieved that. It's not one single thing, you know. I do think though, one of the huge factors is it's from leadership down. I think the tenor concert, I think you could go, oh, it's just entertainment. But when you see a CEO that's coming on and playing guitar, it's like they're involved. They're taking
Yeah.
time out of their day to practice a concert that I would say arguably doesn't generate profit. You know, there's so much production costs and putting on a concert. I mean, yeah, they had 100,000 people watching for free on Twitch. Yeah, they sold tickets, but I don't know. It's not. I don't get like the corporate part of it. I'm not saying this as like a money making activity. This is very genuinely seems like a gift to the community, playing some of the best songs. I mean, they have absolutely banger songs in Warframe.
Yeah.
The joke is they're a music company that made a video game to sell music. Like that's the running joke with DE. But I think when you see leadership, that they do like weekly or bi-weekly 15-minute YouTube videos where they just talk openly about development, like every second week. And then every month, I think they have like a main stream on Twitch. Like the openness and the relationship has been, you know, over a decade of building that, and they just consistently build that. And I think it allows them to keep doing a live service, which we're kind of seeing a lot of game companies struggle with maintaining their relationship with the community with live service games, because it's just constantly evolving and it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It is very hard. Yeah, I anytime I see like clips from their streams too, they're just very open and it's like talking to your friend. There's no like corporate speak. It's very like just hanging out and talking to you about the realities of dev and what's going on and all of that. I always love that personally.
Yeah.
Someone being like, I had a
And-
bug yesterday that was effing hard. All right? Like I really like that. I think it's nice.
Yep. I mean, they even do like the gameplay is live. Like
Yeah.
they do the gameplay. I was like, there's very few companies that will do that because of just firstly the technical issues, but secondly, like if there's issue, like if they fail with it, like there's gonna be backlash from the community. But this, I think, shows like the strength of relation. Like, fuck it, we'll do it live. Like if we what's the worst that happen? Like, you know, like they've got so much goodwill there that they can just push through that kind of stuff, and it allows like this like self-fulfilling like openness and transparency, because they know they've got the goodwill, so they can make mistakes in front of their audience and still push through it and then still build it. And then that allows them to be more authentic, and then it's just like it's interesting to analyze, and they obviously do a fantastic job with it, and they've done it for a long time now. So
Yeah.
Mylan, I got a
Warframe.
question.
Yeah, for real.
I got a question for you, Mylan.
Yeah.
What is a bunyip?
A bunyip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a small marsupial, isn't it?
I don't know.
Bunyip, or is it a mystical one? I can't remember. Is it a small, almost extinct marsupial?
The context is an Australian cryptid.
Yeah.
What?
Obviously.
like a Yeti or a Bigfoot, but Australia.
Oh, it is. It is. Yeah. Yeah. But it's meant to be like a little mouse.
A little mouse.
a little bunny. I'm pretty sure it's a mini mouse or bunny, isn't it?
So it's not dangerous like a Bigfoot.
Okay, well now I'm looking at like images, and this looks a lot more terrifying than what I thought a bunny was.
So it's not famous.
I don't know. Oh,
Have you-
someone's at my door. Hold. Actually, someone at my door. It's a bunyip. Hold.
If you say it 3 times, it'll appear at your front door.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh,
apparently.
he
We just
definitely
found
said
that
it
out.
3 times. Yeah,
He definitely
he's-
did.
He screwed
At
himself right
least.
there. That's horror 101.
I
It's
don't
often
think
portrayed as having a round head, elongated neck, and body resembling an ox, hippopotamus, or a manatee. Some accounts describe it as having a human-like figure with sharp tusks, shaggy fur, flippers, and a thick mane.
okay.
Sounds like those are 2 very different descriptions.
I'm not getting mouse out of what you just described.
I'm
That's
not
like
getting-
that's a biblically accurate bunyip right there.
Yeah, true.
I don't know if Australia needs like mythical creatures quite like other places because they've
That's
got
true.
so many
Yeah.
dangerous animals plus kangaroos.
So where did
Yeah.
this come from? Did I miss this?
a YouTube video came up in my feed talking about Australian nightmare fuel. I'm like, do Australians need more nightmare fuel than what's already on the
Right.
ground? How about a yowie? Have you heard of a yowie?
Yes.
A
Okay.
yowie?
I'm thinking of yowies because we used to have chocolate called yowies, and they were like a chocolate Easter bunny, I guess. No, called yowies. But
If I say any word, are you just gonna think it's a small rodent?
You're like, yes, a yowie. That's the small thing, the cute small guy. I know that guy.
oh no, I'm bringing this
Oh.
up. Yowie. Yes. Google yowie chocolates. I'm not insane. I can't showcase this because I've
How do you
switched off
spell
my OBS
yowie?
stuff. Yowie.
Okay, don't spell it YAOI. Don't spell it that way.
Tempted now.
Yowie chocolate. You see it?
Uh,
It's like a Kinder.
what?
It's like a Kinder Surprise.
Okay,
It
but
can
if
be
you
like a
don't,
Kinder Surprise if you look up Yowie.
if you don't type chocolate though, you get something very different.
You will get a different experience if you look up
Yeah.
Yowie with
Yeah.
YAOI. Yes.
Or
yeah,
O.
no, that's worse. Yeah. What's
Or better.
it's like a desert yeti. It's like Bigfoot.
Oh.
You
It's
saying
another word
chocolate-
for BL. Boys love. Anyway.
Oh.
Okay.
You saying chocolate earlier reminded me. Nobody else might think this is funny, but I thought it was the funniest thing ever. It's my kid, so of course I would. But my 5-year-old, he had chocolate chips in his waffles this morning,
Solid.
and when he took a
Ooh.
bite, though, instead of just like "Yum, I love chocolate chips," he said, chocolate bones." And I lost it. I was like, "What?"
See, this is the stories people should tell because that's a reason to have a kid right there. That would kill me laughing. I'd be so proud.
I'm really trying to encourage those jokes over just poop jokes, that the 5-year-olds
Yep.
like to make. I'm like, that was funny. Keep doing
Yeah,
that.
this
Keep
was a
doing
good
that.
one.
Lean into the bone jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's where I'm from too. Yowie, the maker of the chocolate formed in the image of Australian mythical creature, reported high quarterly sales. Perth base, which is where I
Great.
live, chocolate maker, we're up 23%, 6.7 million.
Way to
Let's go, baby.
Nice job.
So if you come to Australia, I'll buy some chocolate yowies. I don't know if you can get them anymore. Maybe we have to pay a bit extra for them. And we go into the Aussie bushland and we'll film yowies.
I don't know if you're film Yowie.
No, not that. That's someone else, apparently.
Go Yowie with Yowies. Okay. While eating Yowies. That sounds like quite the proposition, Mylan. Proposition.
Proposition. It's a good one.
I'm-
Proposition.
I'm not going to Australia anytime soon, but I am heading to Seattle next week. So any recommendations
Ooh,
anybody has
wow.
for things to do?
Dicks.
Definitely.
Gotta get you some dicks. Best enjoy it over a trash can.
Definitely.
Easy.
Anything else we got today? Should we wrap this one up?
I think that's about it
All
for
right.
today. I think so.
That's all on my list, I think.
All right, guys.
Yep.
Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there. Lego, it was great to see you, man. It's been too long.
Yeah, it's good to see y'all
thanks for coming
too.
on, Lego.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. Very
All right,
fun.
guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.